All right, let's take you back to the Northwest there. Of course, we're getting an update on the ANC Northwest conference. We understand this time that there is discussion on whether to continue with the conference or not. Let's take you live there now.
Agreed yesterday that there are two types of guests to conference. There are those guests that only attend the opening session. They know themselves, they have been notified as such. Then there are those guests who are allowed to sit in the closed session, but they must sit at the back so that they do not interfere with the process of conference. Now, comrades, bear in mind that we are at conference, and if we speak through the chair. That is why conferences of the ANC, as a matter of historical procedure, have a chairperson. And the role of the chairperson is to direct the proceedings of the conference. There must be no heckling. There must be no heckling. There must be no howling, there must be no shouting, there must be no hissing. The conference must proceed orderly so that we are here to listen to one another and to take informed and rational decisions. We are not going to hear one another if we are shouting across each other. Now, guests, please proceed to the back of the hall. Guests of the Alliance had been invited to come and sit with us here in front. So the SABC, COSATU and SANCO, there are only 10 of them. They were invited to come and sit with us in front. They should proceed forthwith. Other guests, invited guests who are invited to the closed session, please move to the back. Now, you are on the floor.
Thank you very much, Comrade Chair. Among other critical reasons, you refer to your good self as our president. Unlike would be in a position to really say about others there, as former leaders of this glorious organization of young people. But thanks very much, Chair, and welcome the principal, of course, Comrade David Masondo. Really, President, there will be some sense that is knocked to other leaders who are intimidating us there. Chair, mine is that we want to assure you that we are happy you hear yourself when you say that which you are putting before plenary, it's a suggestion. As this plenary constitution dictates that this is a gathering that is the highest decision-making body in between conferences. And the US, the ANC, have got an obligation to oversee that which we as delegates would direct your good selves to take as a direction to this plenary. Now we hear your proposal, Chair, and want to assure you that the precedence that is set in Gauteng is not part of the constitution nor guidelines. And they've set them there perhaps for reasons that were suiting them better. But in an event, Chair of the session, you are not aware. Were in the 9th Northwest Provincial Conference, but not Gauteng. I needed to put that categorically clear because for a very longest time, I take offense to what one of the ANC members, when he was addressing this plenary, disrespected this province to a point that which he did. So I want to categorically reject a proposal that will deal first with the officials and perhaps in a week or two would reconvene for the additionals. We are not in a hurry, Chair. I think the better part of the program has been dealt with. If we were to pause for an example, let's pause everything that has to do with elections. We'll pause including the nomination. The nominations are there of the officials. Nominations are there. We are not in a hurry. If the chair suggests that we'll deal with elections in 2 weeks, we'll start in 2 weeks with the officials and go down to the additionals. That's point number one. Point number two, Chair. you dealt with the tax duplicate matter in passing. I'm not bringing a matter that is not before plenary. That which I'm raising came from your good self as the chair of the session. I want to check, Chair, with your good self that should we go to that matter now? Because I'm mindful of the fact that you are dealing here with the president who's inclined with the 4IR, for the Industrial Revolution. So there is no way that you have not interfaced as of yet with media. With the texts that were captured, duplicate, one delegate is here, we've got a duplicate tag of that delegate that was reproduced there. I asked a question when we're dealing with credentials that Comrade may lose. What is it that you are dealing with here? When you say we must deal with credentials, yet registration is still taking place. Comrade Chair, I want to assure you that I was not being mischievous in this plenary when I was referring to Comrade Viola, whom for a peace sake as they move her out of plenary, so they say those that moved her out. Comrade Viola, when we went to that registration point, did not have a tag. She's not a delegate, she's not a guest. We don't know even of a yardstick that is used to invite her to this plenary. But just when we are about to start, Chair, Comrade Viola enters plenary with the tag. When was that tag printed? And for what good reasons was that tag printed? It's not only her, Chair. If allowed, if I can trust the presidium, if I can trust them, Chair, I can give you more than 13, if not 40 duplicates that we have captured of delegates who are in plenary. Chair, when I conclude, Chair, we want to caution the presidium that the public stand that the presidium wants to pull, that of going to a police station, opening a case in as far as duplicates of text is concerned. It's mischievous to the presidium of this conference, and we're not going to accept it. But be rest assured, Principal, we appreciate your presence in this meeting. This matter is going to be dealt with to the best of its ability to bring credence to this particular conference. As I submit, thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, comrades, we note the point that you are making. As I said, the steering committee will come and address the second issue. I have number two here. Oh, number two here. Comrade, the point of order is not recognized. Let us deal, we are dealing here. You see, you can't raise a point of order to disagree with the speaker on the floor. You must raise your hand to disagree. Now, please lower your hand. Oh, the point of order is what? Please give him the mic.
Chairperson, you know, it boggles my mind. My name is, by the way, my name is Sonke Tsekiwahile, Mahike, Sub-Region 18. Chairperson, wait. Chairperson, it boggles my mind. Firstly, how this comrade was allowed at the first time to speak. When the credentials were adopted last
Comrade,
year,
you are out of order.
But secondly, Chair, there are some people here who are hell-bent on disrupting the conference.
You are out of order.
And you are allowing them
you are out of order. You are out of order. Take your seat.
This thing must be corrected.
You are out of order. Take your seat.
There are people here who are hell-bent on...
Comrade, we will apply conference rules on you. We will apply conference rules on you. Take your seat. Take your seat. We will apply conference rules on you. Take your seat. Comrades, we are comrades here. Nobody should feel personal in a political debate. Don't take political discussions personally. Come down. You will get an opportunity to respond to someone who had spoken if you don't like what they said. But the responsibility is also on the speakers. You see, if I speak to you and I say, you see, for example, comrades, Nomvula is a bogus delegate. I am offending her. You need to speak courteously towards one another. You are all comrades. You are members of the ANC together. If anything, the ANC needs you united rather than divided. No matter how much we may disagree with one another, let us be courteous towards one another. And comrades, you are disrupting me. Now, we are coming back to the speaker on the floor. And comrades, we request you, do not raise frivolous points of order. Don't do it. Abstain. You're on the floor.
Thank you, Chairperson. My name again is Moruzi, the Oliphant. I'm from Ward 23 in Greater Taung Sub-Region, Dr. Ruth Homodzimompati. Chair, I won't bother you with many issues. I want to go straight to the point that you raised. You raised two issues. The amendment of the conference program and the conference rules. Now, Chair, before you do that, you made a submission with regard to the reason why we have to amend the program. Now, I want to go straight to my proposal, Chair, as a delegate, that I want to convince the delegates in this conference that we accept and approve the two suggestions that you put before us, that of approving and accepting the amended program of conference and the conference rules. So I move, Chairperson.
Thank you. Is there a seconder for the mover?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, thank
But
you.
we move to number 3.
No, thank you very much, Comrade Malu.
No. Wait, Chief, sit down. Sit down. No frivolous points of order. Sit down. I omitted calling for secondment for the proposal that was made this side. Yes. Wait. I don't need assistance. I don't need assistance even from behind me. I'm capable of chairing here. I don't need hands also. Don't clap. Don't clap. I'm not in a popularity contest. I don't want to be clapped for. Just calm down. Now let me get clarity, Chief, from the proposal that you made. Are you suggesting that if we start with voting, we do it until we conclude it, or you are suggesting that we do not start at all?
No, Chair, there is no or in my proposal. My proposal was consistent, agreeing with you, but with the omission that we do not vote for officials altogether. Nominations were made of officials, they are there in the ballot. But we paused, including that of additionals, because reasons that we were forwarding are credible. We paused the entire process of voting till when you'll reconvene us entirely. Thank you very much.
Do we have a seconder for that proposal? Thank you, you are noted. No. This is not the session for nominations and secondment. It's okay. We come to you now.
Thank you very much, Comrade Malusi. Ntaka Kikaba.
Can I disrupt you?
Yeah.
Can I? No, don't worry. You are going to speak. May I request the media? I know that this session is robust, it's exciting, it's good for news, but it is a closed session. May I request the media to excuse us until further?
Oh, well, as you can see, we have certainly been kicked out of that. That is the Northwest ANC conference currently underway, and discussions at this time about whether or not to continue with the conference being chaired there by Melusi Kikaba, also giving an update on the way forward after all those delays at this particular conference. We'll certainly keep you up to speed and let you know what is indeed happening as when we do have that information.